Welcome to another video of the testing process of the Cattaraugus Creek and Lake Erie, the 1950s CMTM edition, or rework, so to say. I spent a lot of time completing the CMTM database, but there are still some issues, some optimizations I have to do. But for the train that I did and I want to test, I think I'm happy with the setup. So let's choose day one. And let's wait for the train. We have like 2 minutes to pass until the train arrives. So we have the current drivers. I think I didn't have them last time. Me, just for testing. Matthew, that sits somewhere on the maintenance facility. We have Robert in the roundhouse. In the switcher, the same goes for Raphael. That's all for now. No more. So if you look at the ECS location, we have lots of cars again. We have 4 hoppers, all for Oneida limestone. I still need to investigate. I have many more orders actually for cars, but I only have 4 cars, but they are incoming train bringing cars. So as soon as they arrive at the ECS location on this day, they will proceed to Oneida. Similar for Oneida goes east, and similar for the covered hoppers. We have 5 cars, 6 cars, and 5 orders. So depending on how you assign the orders, it costs you switching moves or not, but actually there is no wrong way, there's just ways that takes you more time than others. It's completely up to you. But at one point you most likely want to make it more efficient than others. So those go north or east actually. This one goes east as well, Paris Bakery, and the rest goes west. The first location that is to be set out is Launa, I think. But I can't really put them in front. I could put them in front of those 3, but it costs me moves. It's not the perfect setup assignment of the orders, but as I won't play it now. It will be fun for you. You see, already ugly. There will be 1 additional switching move for Finger Lake Canning. So basically it's better to assign them correct or switch them in the yard instead of switching them on the road. And 2 more Launas. And 2 of them, they just will remain sitting here. Just let's see that we can see when our train arrives. I don't like the speed of this engine, aside of being noisy, but it's slow as hell. For road switcher, you need a lot of time for acceleration and braking again. Maybe I modify it, who knows. Stop, 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 stop. Slow slug. Oh, here's our train. Okay, then let's stop it here and let's see how our train does. So, this train just emerged from the portal somewhere here. And as you can see, locomotive, then you have local industries, ECS location, those flat cars. Actually, at the moment there are random assigned location or random assigned cargo for the New York City South. And more local locations, and then at some point, you see, there are just the cars that proceed to the New York City South. And now the train actually should disconnect those cars, which it does, and put the cars that go elsewhere on the interchange track. I had to recreate them from the original session, or from the original route actually. So now there are here 3 tracks instead of 1, and it should place them all or drop them off all here at track 1. So basically track 1 is for dropping off cars, track 2 for picking up cars if they go north, and track 3 would be the runner track that allows your train to run through from north to north, from north to south. Excessive acceleration means, oh, I was bad at track lay. I should put up a speed limit. 40 miles per hour is a bit much for this. And also Eric from the Eastern Portal arrived and is going to its first location, but we will ignore it for now. Now it should disconnect the locomotive. Turn it around and reconnect it to the train and proceed to the southern portal. So basically, while you are busy in your ECS location sorting out the cars, the incoming train drops off cars where you can serve them at a later time. So they arrive shortly after 7. They will keep you busy because you have to go there first, you have to drop off cars and pick up cars on your way to here. And then you have a bit time because there will be the train to the other direction from south to north, also dropping off cars, and by then the car should be gone here actually. Otherwise, you have a little problem. Actually, I was having some trouble making the train proceed back to the train, but this little command got a little hint from Nate. Passes permissive or even probably absolute signals. I don't know actually. This one is a permissive signal actually, but the train was already, or the locomotive was always stopping here instead of passing through and connect back to the cars back there. And now it should just stop and proceed. As far as I remember, in real life you don't have to stop at a permissive signal. A signal is permissive if there's a number on it or any other additional signal, or in a sign or plate or whatever. Again, not too sure about those 1950 style like signals. This one is permissive as well, as it has a number. This one is absolute, it does not have a number. I don't know actually what this blue plate means. I should look it up. So the train is, the locomotive is trying to search for the train cars it can attach to. William arrived as well, meanwhile, proceeding to its first track mark. From here, there's nothing else set up in the moment. From here, they both should set out the cars the same like Nicholas was doing. The fine part about CMTM is actually you don't have to care about the cargo. You don't do in real life, unless you have to, for hazmats for example. But here you just go for the destination. And if they just pass through, it does not matter at all what they have loaded. So many boxcars. 31 cars in this string, and should put a side camera here. Actually, for me it's quite odd to have some train just stop on the track, on the main track, to set out cars, but it's something normal here. And off we go. Oops. So now the train is proceeding to the portal exit. And another one is coming tomorrow, in game, of course. So that's all for now. I will keep on working, setting up the other trains, and work on making the other trains work with CMTM data correctly. There are still some issues on some trains, but majority is working already. So basically you can play, I think, 2 days or so. I think the Wednesday is still some bug in there, but Thursday to Sunday should work again. Still working on it. So if I have something else to show, I'll post another video. So long, see you and goodbye.